Hey, I'm Marcus.
And I'm Nick.
We are working class nerds.
Cue the intro. That's right. We are Working Class Nerds, the podcast that gives you no information about your favorite information.
Today is Thursday, October 8th, 2020, and you can find this, I think Santa Claus is Coming to Town podcast on Apple Podcasts, Buzzsprout, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, blah, 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 everything you can imagine. You can come see me play video games at twitch.tv/MarcusB814, and you can find the both of us idiots on Twitter. I am at MarcusB814.
And I am at Nick Vern. That's NickVern. And this week's episode, we're just going to hang out and talk about all the things that we're hyped up for, what we've been doing. It's a nice little check-in episode. You know what I mean?
Well, and I found the master list.
I
It's
know.
almost like Zelda's Master Sword, but it's the master list of what the games are coming out, and I'm officially overwhelmed. But
Yeah.
before we get into all that, Nick, what have you been up to?
So, not a whole lot of gaming, but a lot of IRL things. So I finally finished my PA school applications, which is a huge monkey off my back. It's a lot of stress that I don't have anymore, which is great. So now I can actually spend my free time doing, more personal things like video games, obviously, and also, like today, I spent a lot of time just fixing up my car, like putting off oil, doing oil changes and filter changes that I've been putting off because I didn't feel like taking the time to actually go do that stuff. So it's really nice to have that sort of checked off my list. If that makes sense.
It does a lot.
Yeah.
It's like when, you make an appointment and it's a month away to have your car detailed, and then that day comes and you finally like take that hour to drop off your car and like go to work and all that stuff, and you come back and it's spotless, or like you said, the oil change or something.
Yeah.
I completely understand.
I also spent the time to like vacuum. I didn't get it detailed. I should do that. It's nice. It's awesome when you get your car detailed. But if you've never done that, I highly recommend it. It's like almost getting a new car. But no, but I just like vacuumed it. I had like from the paintball event Sunday. Oh, I forgot to write about that. I'll tell you about the paintball event Sunday. From paintball, I had like, your a lot of miscellaneous things around a paintball field get paint on them. Not like they get directly shot with the balls, but just paint everywhere. So like my cooler and the canopy bag had like paint on it, and I just threw it in the back seat when I was done. And like the cooler had paint and dirt and stuff on it, so I had to like wash my mats off and like wipe my seats down that had like paint smears all over them. So it was just like give my car a little TLC. Now it's like, nicey nice in there. So
Do you remember the van and
Oh my
how
God.
like if the van was going to the paintball field, like you had to line the trunk with like plastic. It looked like a Dexter bedroom, and
Yes.
then we had to park the truck or the van so far away from the field just for the off chance that it gets shot.
Right.
Your mom would have freaked out. I remember opening up the trunk to put the stuff away, and your dad was like, "Don't do it. There's no plastic yet. Don't put anything in there. It doesn't look like Dexter's office yet."
Right.
And
We used to, for context there, we used to take the family video minivan to paintball, but it was primarily
minivan man wilding out like the Taliban.
I do not know that song.
It's okay.
Is that circa 1990 something or early 2000s?
No, it's like 2000s.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So anyways, my dad, we would take it, but it was my mom's primary driver, and she likes things spotless. So obviously we had to plastic it up so that we didn't get any dirt or grime or whatever on her like pristine car. So
Yeah, I think when we were taking the van, that was even pre-Dexter, but that's the only way I can explain it to the people listening if they've watched Dexter.
Right.
Or just go watch one episode of Dexter and you'll understand what we mean by the plastic.
exactly. So let's see. One more quick thing. I got a few things, but a quick point is I got new glasses today that I'm pretty pumped about. My prescription is basically exactly the same, but I've had the same frames that I've put different lenses into, or like the same frame style, I should say, that I've put different lenses into for like 3 years now. So it's nice to change it up a little bit. They more or less look the same, but it's slightly different, which is nice.
Well, you should take the old frames,
Yeah,
and then have them put sunglass material in them.
I don't know if they can do that, but I
Of
also
course they can.
I have nice. So like, I don't know if I've explained this on the show before, but my glasses, I don't actually need them to see. Like they have a really light reading prescription on the bottoms, and then they're progressives to no prescription on the top. So the only reason that I have the reading prescription is because when I was in college, this makes it sound like it was so long ago. When I was in college, I would get like eye fatigue from looking at things close to my face all the time. My phone, my laptop in class, books or whatever I was reading, just like reading things close to my face all the time, so that when I'd like go to look at things far away, my eyes would be straining to look far away because it's different muscles than have been, being used the whole time. So I went to the eye doctor and they're like, oh, you just need to get some reading glasses for when you're looking at stuff close up all the time. Not that you can't see it, but that it'll be easier for your eyes to transition if you have the reading glasses. So that's why,
Right.
that's the primary reason. Like basically the reading glasses part makes it your eyes work less hard to look at things close up, if that makes sense. So then when I take the reading glasses off and look at things far away, my eyes aren't straining to do that.
Sure.
Because they didn't have to work as hard before. So transition to me trying to do that, and I did not have the progressives or like bifocals, and I'd be like wearing my glasses like a like a librarian in class because I'd have to look at my laptop close up through the glasses, but then look at the board not through the glasses, and it was a disaster. So then I got the progressives, and I just ended up wearing them all the time because then at the same time I realized that my eyes are sensitive to light too, like the computer light all the time. So I was getting eye fatigue from that. So when I got the progressives, then I got the super mega coated ones that are like better for night driving. It like reduces glare from headlights, and it helps with like the computer light stuff. So that's why I end up wearing my glasses all the time. Not because I'm blind, but because it just helps basically with eye strain.
I get it.
So long story short, or long story long, I should say, my regular polarized sunglasses were great. I don't like need to have the. I don't need the prescription. You know what I'm saying?
I hear. Yeah. Now I get it.
So
that's phantasmo.
So I got some fresh frames, and I got another second place medal this weekend, but a first place check for the series champions.
Oh, in paintball.
Yes.
So what everybody listening understands is, so let's say if the entire season, let's say it's 5 events.
Yep.
So Nick took first place on the overall for the entire season,
right?
Because but they've took second place in this event.
Yep, and we took second place in every single event. Actually,
that's terrible.
I know. We get right to the finals and lose every time. And the shittiest part, it's not like we lose to the same team, like this one team is dominant or something. We've lost to different teams every time, just about, which is frustrating. But obviously, we're pretty good at paintball in our division. So,
sweet.
The game plan moving forward is we're all going to bump up a division to Division 3. Dun dun dun.
Boom.
So, okay. Now it's for gaming news. So if you haven't been paying attention, the Call of Duty Cold War beta for PS4 is coming out this weekend, which is pretty sweet. If you have already pre-ordered the game for PS4, which I'm not gonna because I'm gonna play on PC, it's actually out right now. It came out at 10 or I think 1 p.m. East Coast time, real world time this afternoon, 10 p.m. Pacific time. If you pre-ordered it for PS4, but then the rest of the consoles come out. If you pre-order it, it comes out Thursday, the October 15th. So I know Marcus and I are definitely going to be playing when that comes out, but I don't know if I'm going to pre-order it just to be able to play 2 days early. I guess how it works is if you don't pre-order it, you can play it on Saturday and Sunday and Monday, and if you do, you play it Thursday, Friday also. So it's like,
do you want me to give you the cheat code?
Or you can just buy it on Amazon and return it for the pre-order?
No. Yeah. So basically, you go on Amazon, you pre-order it, they'll send you the beta code, and then you can just cancel the pre-order.
That's true. That's a good move because you only have to put down like $5 for the pre-order, right?
No, it's free.
Oh,
Amazon doesn't charge you a pre-order fee.
oh, you just pre-order it and then they have it queued up to automatically take it out of your card once.
Right.
It's
So as soon
shipped.
as you correct, so you just cancel as soon as you get the beta code, you just cancel it.
Oh, well, that's sweet.
Because as soon as you pre-order it, they immediately email you the beta code.
Sweet. Well, duly noted. I'll do that for.
And so here's this is what's happened to me in the past with betas.
Yeah.
I end up spending an entire weekend glued to the game, and then when the game comes out, I don't play it
Yeah, I've definitely done that before too.
because I'm like, ugh, I've already started at level 1. I don't want to do this again.
Yeah. What I thought was kind of cool is they have like in Modern Warfare there's blueprints for guns where like
Yeah.
you unlock like a skin and a bunch of
Mhm.
attachments. So if you get to level 10 in the beta, when the game comes out, you get a blueprint for I think it's the Uzi.
Well, see that. So
That's kind of cool.
that's so SOTOR did that when it was launching,
Yeah.
and it was their PTS reward. So like in the public test server.
Yeah.
And then they just recently did that with the last PTS for 6.0.
Mhm.
And if you did their stuff to test it, you got the log mount, which the only way you could have gotten that mount is by doing the PTS stuff. So I think that's pretty cool because it's essentially telling people, please come play the beta. We want to make the game as best as we can.
That's cool. That's a nice incentive.
Well, I think so. So you're getting a blueprint on day one, and
Yeah.
usually the blueprints are really good because it gives you like your gun is already souped up. So when starting out, I
Right.
guarantee a lot of people are going to be start playing with the Uzi because right away you're going to be,
You have like most of the attachments or like 5 attachments that you wouldn't have already had.
right. The biggest concern I have right now for the Call of Duty Cold War is the Warzone, Infinity Ward, and Treyarch game. I mean, it's not a huge deal to me, but for me, I prefer and I've said this on the past podcast that I prefer the Treyarch version of Call of Duty. That's I guess it's more of my pace of Call of Duty, and I feel like if it was the Treyarch engine playing, or the Treyarch engine playing Warzone, I would do a lot better. But you're going to be used to playing the Treyarch game, and then you're going to go into Modern War, the Warzone, and it's going to be like Infinity Ward's version. It's going to feel like a complete different game.
Yeah,
in my opinion,
I agree. It definitely will. I mean,
and
I don't know if that's a bad thing though. You know, it's
well,
a separate game mode. You know what I mean?
Well, I think it is a bad move. So you're going to be playing. Let's say you're pumping up your guns, and you're playing a lot of regular multiplayer. And then you're like, okay, it's time to go play Warzone, and the game has a complete different feel.
Yeah, especially
you know what I mean.
if people
it's a complete
really
different...
don't like one or the other. You know.
Correct. So it's going to have a complete different feel, and that's what worries me for this release. Now, I'm more of a multiplayer player versus a Warzone player.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like I would love to squad up with, Venkat, you, and Al,
Right.
and just jam. But we will be. I'm still getting it, and I still can't wait for it. And we will be setting up the AIE clan day one. I will be. So we will be in it right away. And if you're playing it, please get a hold of us in Discord or Twitter, and we'll make sure you get in the AIE clan.
Yes, AIE clan. We're taking over the Cold War. So anywho, that's it for me. Marcus, how's it going? And what have you been up to?
So complete opposite of you. Complete opposite.
Minimal IRL, all gaming.
Well, no, there's a ton of IRL, but even more gaming. So here we go. First, my biggest complaint for the last, month has been my computer chair. And the chair that I found at Staples, I sat in it one day when I was with my daughter there, and we were getting our coloring books and stuff for my shop, because she comes to work with me now every Wednesday all day. So I had to stock up the shop to get her set up for it. So anyway, I got, I sat in this chair and I was like, oh my God, this thing is great. and I started searching it online, and I just kept poking around, and then I ended up seeing it on sale. I ordered it, and game changer. Like
Yeah, the
it
chair
has
is
like
big, man.
yeah, man, it has nice back support. If I want to lean back, like not like lean back like the chair lean back, but just put my head back. It has an
Oh, okay.
awesome headrest. Like the chair is legit. So that's a huge quality of life for me. Second thing is, I think I mentioned it on the show. We put our house on the market.
Mm-hmm.
We had an accepted offer in 7 days, which
I feel like that's
this is
really fast.
it is really fast, and this is going to be completely egotistical. Everybody, my house is dope as shit. I
Well,
I
yeah,
put a
you made
high
it.
quality. Yeah, exactly. I do high quality work, and that is completely egotistical because I know my quality is like that's what I care about, and the people buying the house clearly saw that. So, the average house stays on the market for about a month. Mine was taken off the market in 7 days. So we just finished the home inspections this week. We're waiting for their whatever their list of, hey, fix this, please.
Do
But
they
in the
all?
meantime,
Did they always come up with like things that they want fixed
oh yeah,
first?
yep, you could build a brand new house and the home inspectors are going to say it's still a piece of shit. It's
Uh,
just
it's
the
just
way
what
it
they
is.
do. Yeah.
It's just what they do. They're going to find something because that's what they're getting. You're basically, when you hire a home inspector, you're hiring somebody to be overly dramatic about your house.
Right. Yeah.
It's like the overly dramatic news. Anyway, so in the process, my new house, I've been an animal in the house. Today, we had one of our customers. We were supposed to be working in their house, and they told us that they have a cold, and it's been going on for 3 days. So they decided to get a COVID test today.
And
And
of course, the results aren't back yet, so they don't want you coming over just in case.
well, no, they asked, do we still want to come? And I said, like, for me, I would still go. I'd wear my mask and I'd be fine with it. Cause I'm like, you probably don't have COVID,
Right.
but I can't,
What town is
I
this
can't,
in?
Long Meadow.
Yeah, they're probably fine.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is I can't ask my employees to go there knowing that somebody may have COVID in their house.
Yeah.
That's just not okay. So short notice, like rain, I call it rain day work. Rain day work. We went to my new house and knocked down the wall and put in a 22-foot long microlam beam recessed in a ceiling. So now my new kitchen, dining room, living room, and sunroom is completely open concept.
Whoa.
Like your house, Nick. Like, yeah, it's completely open.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, so for people who don't know, can you explain what microlam is?
So a microlam is a laminated beam, and it's meant to hold weight and
it's like
deflection. So it's a giant beam. So you understand.
Yeah.
2x4 walls are framed or built 16 inches on center. I needed a 16-inch tall microlam beam, 2 of them, to be able to span the 22 feet of this ceiling.
It's like a bunch. It's like tons and tons and tons and tons of layers of wood, almost like plywood, but dramatically better. So like more layers, like densely packed into a. How thick are those? I know they're 16 inches
Each
wide.
one.
Are they
this
4
one
inches?
was this. No. So they're 1 3/4 inches thick.
Yeah.
So I had a choice of I could have done 3 14-inch.
Yeah.
Or 2 16-inch, and I was like, just give me the 2 16-inch because it's a lot easier. 2 is better than 3.
Yeah, it's easier to coordinate too.
So I've been super duper super busy in real life and running the business and all that.
Right.
But I have been like these past 2 weeks, I have gamed more in 2 weeks than I don't know. It's insane. I've really adapted to the whole. I think streaming helps a lot. Even though I don't stream a lot during the week, it's really just Saturday and Sunday nights.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like I've really embraced the idea of streaming, playing a lot of different games. So in SOTOR, my Death Star Troopers team, we are still progging Nahut. We're just about there. We got to burn phase. We're still down a DPS, so we're still looking for one. I made an ad in the Starforge rating community. Shout out to those guys or girls, whoever created the site. Discord now recognizes it as a community server, and it's easier to find. So I put out an application for looking for a DPS, and I had 12 people reply. So we had somebody try out last week. They did great. I have 2 other people that are really interested. So this week we'll have somebody else trying out and going from there. Damage Control, my Saturday night team that Thuxia runs, we're still progging Explosive Conflict Nightmare. We are on Kefis, and we're just learning it and going through. So that's going pretty well. Also, too, in SWTOR, I finished my agent story. Did I talk about that last week?
No.
So I finished my agent story. So I am I'm a complete scrub, and I have not gone legendary, which means beat all 8 class stories in SWTOR.
Now that the agent is done,
I'm halfway there.
Okay, so you have what?
So I'm 4 of 8.
The Jedi, whatever.
So I have the Sith Warrior, the Jedi Knight, the Bounty Hunter, and the Agent.
Okay. Good.
So I asked my stream what story I should do. They all told me to do the Smuggler because they said it's a really fun story. And I thought about it, and I'm like, yeah, that would be pretty good because then I can kind of play it almost like that snarky Han Solo-y type.
Right.
And I feel like I started playing it, and I only did like the opening cutscene of answers because it was my stream. It was like 1 a.m. when I started it.
Yeah.
I could feel the snarky answers because when they say stuff to you, I'm like, what do I care about that? Like, I don't care about your war. All I care about is the goods that are in my ship, and I'm trying to get out of here to make money. You know what I mean?
Right.
Big shout out to Master Lil for helping me make the tune. So, Kitty Kisses is the new co-host to UtiniCast, and he's an awesome dude, and him and I completely have a bromance going. So I named the tune "Bromance Kitty."
Perfect.
Just to be funny. So that's my SWTOR stuff. So that's a lot of SWTOR I've been playing. Now to the other games. You ready for this shit? You can't make this up.
Yes. Tell me. I really want to hear about Fallen Order.
Yeah. So Fallen Order. I was on Ilum. I solved the puzzle, and I was like, I got to the crystal. Spoilers. Obviously, it's been out for a while. Who cares? So I finally got to my crystal. I fixed my saber. I did choose my favorite color, which is green.
Are there 2 shades though? There's like a light and like a Qui-Gon.
Yeah, I do the vibrant green.
It's kind of not darker. I guess it's a little darker, right?
Yes, it's like brighter.
Yeah.
It's like a brighter, deeper green.
Yeah.
So I picked that green. Did that. I unlocked the Marauder move where you break it in 2 and slash people. It's pretty sweet. I wish you could just have 2 lightsabers, but you can't.
Know. It's like a transition between the 1 and 2.
So everything is good and there's no enemies. And then you have to get off Ilum. Holy shit. I mean, every single person, you had to fight every enemy in giant groups. The only thing that was left was Second Sister or one of like the real Inquisitors, or, I don't know because I've never watched anything about this.
Yeah.
Like, I'm starting to think like so play this out with me, and you're not obviously going to answer, and I'm happy you're not sitting in front of me in this episode because
is that you can't read my face?
Yes.
Yeah.
So again, I know nothing about this game because I've sheltered myself from it.
Yeah. So just to back up, what are you asking about?
I'm going to get to it.
Oh, okay, go ahead. Sorry.
So I'm projecting. So Ilum really woke me up to it because all of a sudden they sent over like my hollow call.
Yeah.
That they're like, hey, the entire Empire knows you're here and they're all coming. Every Star Destroyer in the fleet is coming here.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so I'm stopping to myself. I'm like, okay, this takes place after the Purge, right? And I'm saying to myself, okay, so the Inquisitors are still there. Second Sister is after me. Where the fuck is Darth Vader? Because if the entire Empire is notified that I'm around, don't you think Darth Vader would be coming? And I'm not saying he is or he isn't, because he's probably like, I don't need to worry about some Jedi apprentice. He's a little bitch. You know what I mean? I
Right.
don't need to worry about that. I need to worry about like let second sister take care of him
Right.
or her. Who cares? Like it's above me. So that's something I'm curious of. And like, do I get to see the Emperor in this? Like, so there's that little bit of loose end. But I finished the Ilum thing, and that was a lot longer than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be straight up like get my crystal and then go to the next planet, and it was like, no, the Empire knows you're here now, and they're stealing all the Kyber crystals.
And there's like
Clearly,
a whole
'cause-
complex there.
Right. Well, clearly we all know now that they're stealing the Kyber crystals for the Death Star.
Right.
That's why they were harvesting it. Anyway, so after I finished Ilum, they
Wait.
let me know that. Go ahead.
Can I? Okay. I think during the break it might be worthwhile for you to log in and look at something. I want you to at some point go back to Ilum and look at what the planet looks like as you're flying into it, and just think about Star Wars and Star Wars movies and see what Ilum looks like.
Okay.
I'm giving you a hint about like a broader plot that's not confirmed in this game, but it very much hints at it.
Oh, it's Star Killer Base.
Yes. Okay. I was trying to get you to organically pick up on that. Yeah.
No, I already knew that.
Oh, okay.
Star Killer Base is definitely fallen.
Is Ilum.
Is Ilum? Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, it's because why not? All the Kyber crystal in there. Why not make that the weapon? Anyway.
Right. So well, if
So-
you so my point being, if you look at in Fallen Order the shot of like, you know, it gives you like a little cinematic as like the ship flying into it.
Yeah.
Planet. You can see the ring of the Empire like building stuff, or it like goes right around the whole equator of the planet, which is the same like ring that Starkiller Base has around it. So you can see the
And-
planet sort of turning into Starkiller Base even back then, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, that is pretty sweet.
So, anyways, sorry. So
Oh,
you leave Ilum.
no.
And what
All
happens?
right, so I get on the ship and they're like, okay, now I have to go back to Dathomir to go back to the temple because that's where my lightsaber broke at the temple on Dathomir. And Dathomir is my favorite planet in all of Star Wars. So I'm pretty pumped to go back. But, and this is complete laziness on my part, going back to Dathomir for a third time, I'm just like, I don't want to run through all of those enemies all over again.
Yeah, but they're all new enemies.
No, they're still going to be the Night Brothers.
Mm,
Or they're going to be all like the death, like the undead. But anyway, well, I'm going to do it, obviously.
I actually, you know what? I actually don't remember. I don't.
Yeah,
remember.
and I'm pretty sure I have a lot of the shortcuts unlocked, so it'll be a little bit easier to get back to the temple.
I remember the third time being like, you basically just go right to the temple or something like that.
Well, either way,
That's fine.
So I was there, and I just that's when I stopped it because I was like, I really don't feel like running through the whole planet again
Yeah.
right now. Okay, so as I
will
said
say
before,
though, it was the last cutoff. Sorry, but first so you can get through the rest of your stuff.
no, I don't care. I'm all about this.
I would say this last like trip to Dathomir here that you're going through is definitely my favorite.
Oh, I bet, because I'm gonna get to fight the Night Sister. I know I'm gonna fight that Night Sister,
Right.
the one that's been telling me to go back. Or I hope it would be even better if I got to fight Ventress. Like, and I think Ventress is dead at this point. I'm not sure, but how dope would it be if I got to fight my favorite Star Wars character?
Right. I think you're gonna be.
Well, I should
I think
let me rephrase. My favorite Clone Wars
character.
character. Because my favorite character everybody knows is R2D2.
Right.
Anyway,
that's true.
so I am really close, I think. And something else that was said by the captain, that guy with 4 arms. He's like, "Oh, we should go back to Zepho. There's some sweet loot that we can get." And I was like, "Yeah, okay." But here's the other thing: like, I know it's like completionist type stuff, but for me, I'm just like, I don't care about the ponchos, and I don't really care about the ship customizations. And I understand that's what the sweet loot is. So, yeah. Anyway, so we'll see if I go back to Zepho. Okay. So, in my amazing, oh my God, I've been playing so many games. I don't understand how people can do this all the time because like my mind is racing right now. Like I was gonna have a monster before this, and I already feel like I'm already jacked up just talking about it.
Yeah.
So I subscribed to World of Warcraft because this was probably 20 days ago.
Yeah, you talked
I
about it
said
last episode.
right. So I was hyped because I wanted to get to level 50 before the expansion comes out on October 26th, which has been delayed now because the Blizzard just came straight out and said, "Look, it's not ready. We got to wait a couple months." And people were up in arms. Some people were happy, but for me, I'm like, hell yeah, that's what you should do. Tell people it's not ready. We are not launching it. The corporate model, fuck off. We are not releasing this game if it's broken. We do not want to patch it. We want it to be right on day one. I think that's a better business model for me.
Yeah, me too.
Because when a game releases and it's right the first time, you have a good experience. When your game is broken, like Mass Effect Andromeda was, the reviews are terrible. Nobody buys it. Your game goes down the tubes.
Right.
Anyway, what I do like about World of Warcraft is the questing is just pure questing. There's no storyline to questing. I think I'm level 24, and maybe the story comes later, but there's zero story. It's you go to an area, you do whatever chores they tell you to do to help them, you finish that, and you go to the next area. And it's complete mindless fun. Gear doesn't matter, but I will say a couple things that I don't like about it versus SWTOR is you don't get a companion that like walks around and heals you. So like you can die if you pull too many ads. And when you die, you go to a graveyard and your ghost has to go resurrect your body. So like you have to run back to your body.
That's kind of annoying.
Well, it's a cool mechanic, but it does get old.
Yeah, I'd imagine so. Especially if you're grinding. Like
right, because I'm a complete noob and I do die. Okay. Then I was listening to the Massively OP podcast, which I do love. Shout out to those guys. They don't listen to the show, but I'll still give them a shout out.
Totally get it.
Yep. They are massively overpowered. They are an MMO podcast website, whatever. Anyways, so there was a big announcement for the Switch that this MMO is coming out on the Switch. It's called Skyforge. And I'm like, Skyforge, what is that? So I immediately went to YouTube, typed in Skyforge trailer, and I watched it. It looks like the graphics look like a Final Fantasy kind of game. The gameplay is an action game. So it's almost like Shadow of Mordor style. You know what I mean? You're just fighting hordes of enemies, and you progress through. It's free to play. So what did I do? I downloaded the game, and I enjoyed it a lot. Or I am enjoying it. So I did the tutorial. I should have streamed it. And I like kind of talked myself out of it because my hair was out of control. I was exhausted from work, but I just needed to like relax and play a game. So I downloaded it. It's fun. It's complete. It's a sci-fi game, which I love sci-fi. It's a sci-fi like fantasy. So it's like you get the uber technology, but yet you have that fantasy feel of like the giant sword and the shield kind of thing.
That's cool.
It's really fun. And what also too I like is it's not a sandbox. Everything, so your quests are level based. So you unlock the next level and you go do it. You fight some enemies, you kill some things, you save some people from prison or whatever. So there's a quest, there's enemies, and then at the end of every level there's a boss, right? And I like it because it's almost like, okay, I'm going to do this level. And then when you're done with it, you can walk away and feel like you accomplished something. And it doesn't feel like, okay, oh, there's another quest. Oh, there's another quest.
Right. Oh, there's another quest.
Oh, there's another one. It almost allows you to take a stop.
And
so
like enjoy finishing. Right. Yeah.
Yes.
You know what other game was like that? I found Spider-Man for PS4. I was like, when you finished like one of their missions or whatever, it was like, hey, it gave you, I think I tried to articulate that. It gave you time to just like hey, just like go free roam the city. It would like tell you that. It's like, hey, let me go stop some crime, is what it would say, or something to that effect. But it's basically like, just fuck around for a little bit and like enjoy that you just completed that mission, basically.
Right.
And then you'd swing
Yeah.
around the city and like, I don't know, go beat up some robbers or something, or do like
Sure.
find a hidden like trinket thing that you're supposed to collect, or or something like that.
Right.
Go do like basically just like go enjoy the atmosphere while like savoring that big mission you just finished.
Right. But the difference is in Spider-Man it's complete sandbox.
Right.
Like this is, in order to progress, you need to click the next level and load in, which is pretty sweet. Well, for me, as a fourth game or fifth game that I'm playing, that's pretty sweet for me. Because it's, I can do one level and switch the game. Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm burping. Anyway, man, I've been talking a while just about me.
Who cares? You did a
Last
lot.
thing,
Let it rip.
yeah. So
It's your you own half the show too.
right. Well,
I was gonna say it's your show. Do what you want with it.
Well, so if you want to play Skyforge, I haven't figured out if there's a way to make a guild or anything. Download Skyforge. It's on Steam. It's free, completely free. Come play and try it and let me know what you think of it. Even if you play it, it's only 20 gigs to download. So, it's not that taxing on your hard drive like Call of Duty. Anyways, finally, I listened to the new Thrawn book for the new Thrawn trilogy.
Oh, I will be listening to that on my way to work tomorrow.
Okay, so the last series was what? It was Thrawn, then Thrawn with Darth Vader.
Yeah.
And then there was, what was the last Thrawn?
I honestly don't remember. I don't remember what happened. Yeah, in the newer trilogy, right?
Yeah. So I forget the name of it. So the last trilogy, the first Thrawn book was good of the middle trilogy now.
Yeah.
That was just called Thrawn.
Uh-huh.
Then the second one, I'm sorry everybody, I'm just gonna keep talking, but I'm gonna look it up.
I'm also Googling.
Oh, okay.
Googling it.
Thrawn trilogy.
Star Wars Thrawn.
Book series. Oh yeah, here we go. Hold on, it's loading up. Boom. So Thrawn Alliances, and then Thrawn Treason.
Yep.
So Thrawn Alliances was the Darth Vader one.
Mm-hmm.
And then Treason, it was good. Like the first Thrawn was really good. The second one, the Alliances was pretty good too.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the second and third one were pretty good. The first one was really good.
Yeah. So where do you think this new book lies?
I like old shit, and I love when they tie
old
stuff together. Like,
yeah.
So Thrawn Alliances, so things that happen in Thrawn Alliance are tied back to this book.
Oh, I should probably re-listen to all these then.
Well, no, you just read the new one. But what's sweet is this one is about the Ascendancy.
Right.
And I'm not spoiling anything. It's called Thrawn Ascendancy. Yeah. So this is straight up about the Ascendancy and how the Ascendancy works and everything like that. It's pretty legit. So anyway, but
well, I mean, the Chiss Ascendancy is not a spoiler, because that's like in the first Thrawn book. That like they're
right.
a thing. That's where Thrawn came. The Chiss Ascendancy is just the society of the Chiss people, and like their
correct, yes,
stuff. But it's super 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 secret. Like we've never heard anything about how they work or hierarchy or things like that. Like they have like a navy, almost like the Empire's ships, but you don't know anything beyond that, because you obviously they're tied into these books. The newer Thrawn trilogy here.
Mm-hmm.
Because Thrawn came from the Ascendancy, and that's what the third book is about, Thrawn Treason, where Thrawn's sort of loyalty to the Empire comes into question when like they have a little bit of a conflict with the Chiss Ascendancy.
Correct.
He's obviously from there and was in the Chiss, blah 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 blah. So I'm interested. What's this one called? Chaos Rising or no?
No, this one's called Ascendancy.
Okay, that's right. Perfect.
So anyway, it was really good. I really enjoyed it. There was a couple moments where I was like, "Hell yeah!" and I was in my shop, and my employees were looking at me like, "What is he listening to?" And then they would just go back to work. So, it was really good. But I powered through it like a champion because I follow Star Wars books on Twitter, and every day for like 2 weeks they were like, this date, this date, this date, a certain point of view, Empire Strikes Back is coming. But what I was deceived on is that they were counting down the day that they were going to do the big announcement on the release day. I thought it was releasing that day. So I powered through the book, the Thrawn book, expecting this new A Certain Point of View book to be released the next day. Nope. Comes out November 10th.
Oh.
And I was just like, man, they're really screwing me over. November 10th, the Xbox comes out and Call of Duty comes out and Empire Strikes Back A Certain Point of View. So if you've listened to me ramble for years, A Certain Point of View is my favorite Star Wars book of all time, because I'll give an example. Spoiler: in A Certain Point of View, you get to be or listen to what's in the mind of the bartender on Tatooine.
Right. That's pretty cool.
So, like, I'm not saying anything else, but like that to me is fascinating because you don't know, like, the guy's broke and he's just trying to survive and he hates his job and he hates his life. And you can see that in the movies, but you don't really know it. And then hearing that, you're like, oh, this guy's on a struggle bus.
Right.
Anyways, moving on from my rambling, in SOTOR news, with the arrival of Star Wars Squadrons that just released this week, or last Friday, sorry, you get to claim your free mini pet to celebrate Star Wars Squadrons launch. So when Fallen Order came out, SOTOR gave us a free BD1 pet that they created for the game.
That's cool.
Yep. And now they have released a mini pet for the Star Wars Squadrons, which is pretty sweet. And all you need to do is log in from October 20th, which is alongside Game Update 6.1.4's launch, through Tuesday, November 17th. That's it. Just log in, and you're going to get your very own Model Corellian Star Drive Vanguard mini pet in your in-game mailbox. What? So, so it's pretty sweet. I have not played Star Wars Squadrons, and just letting everybody know, it's because I'm a complete wuss, and my motion sickness can't handle those types of games. I can't do the whole like flip upside down and spin around and like follow a TIE fighter like that. Not for me.
In a game, I can. In real life, I have trouble. Well, not really. As long as I can see where I'm going, I'm fine. Like, I do fine on roller coasters and stuff. But
yeah, so then we just got another post about the in-game events in October this week. Is the Relics of the Grease, so you can go shoot Xeno Analyst. And then we get the new event coming on October 20th is when 6.1.4 releases, called the Feast of Prosperity. The level requirement is going to be 20 plus, and the event is going to run from October 20th to November 10th. So that's what? That's almost a month. That's 3 weeks. No, that's 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Which is pretty sweet. And Nick, do you want to read that?
Yes, I do.
Over the years.
Here, Please hold. I'm scrolling. Aha! Over the years, the Hutt Cartel's reputation has taken a hit. The once powerful organization no longer instills respect and fear. To restore the cartel's influence, two up-and-coming Hutts, Garboga the Abundant. No, sorry, that's Gaburga the Abundant and Duba the Magnanimous are throwing the most lavish, quote, charitable banquet, quote, in history for the galaxy's underprivileged. And if the cartel happens to advance their business's interests, business interests during the feast, then everybody wins. The poor get food, and the huts make some business deals. If Garborga and Duba can cooperate, they could rocket the cartel back into the upper echelons of the galactic underworld. But the Hutt's conflicting priorities means they constantly undermine each other. Each week, a new story mission will unlock to progress this storyline, leading to the climactic choice during the third and final week. Gaborga or Duba? Only one Hutt can win, and the fate of the Feast of Prosperity is at stake. So choose wisely.
So basically, there's going to be 2 mini games, or there's going to be some mini games involved. And in the live stream, shout out to Dan Steed, he did one of them where, Nick, it reminded me of Overcooked,
Oh yeah,
where you have to like deliver the food to the tables.
and
And
like fill the
Go ahead.
orders quickly and things like that, like in our
yes, yep. And I was like, that's a really fun, cool idea for around Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
For us, for Americans. And I like it. And I like the fact that you have to do the events in order to progress the story over the course of 3 weeks. So like if you miss the first week, then you're going to be SOL for the second week,
Yeah,
for the third and final. So like you're going to have to do it. And that is pretty sweet to me. It's kind of thinking out of the box a little bit.
yeah. It's not the traditional like event where it's just one and done. It's like you got to be committed to each installment.
Mm-hmm. So they are adding, they're adding some more stuff to the conquest changes in 6.1.4.
Mhm.
The funniest thing is they're toning some of the things down, where like defeating enemies 1, which is kind of like you beat 25 enemies,
Yeah.
used to give you 5,000 cartel conquest points, Nick.
Yeah.
Now they're going to give you like 2,000 because it's so easy to get.
Oh, okay.
And they're just changing some, they're just tweaking some numbers a little bit, because I mean, Nick, you pick your nose and you get 5,000 conquest points.
Yeah, so it's really easy to hit your conquest goals for your guild.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think it's good. But that's pretty much it for SWTOR. As we get closer to 6.1.4, Nick and I will do a full breakdown on it.
Yep.
And kind of get hyped up for it and get Nick back in the game.
So
in
AIE
news, yeah.
Fridays are the Friday Night Fun Night. No, I'm just kidding. I made that up on the spot. Fridays are the night for Star Wars: The Old Republic in AIE. We have Flashpoint Fridays. That sounds a lot better than what I said. Flashpoint Fridays, and then on the next week we do Achievement Fridays. Then once a month comes the most epic event in all of AIE. It's called Mega, the monthly Epic Guild activity. And this month's Mega will be on Friday, October 23rd on 9 p.m. Eastern Time, aka the real world time. And we will be focusing on the Fleet Datacron, the legendary Fleet Datacron, I might add.
Mm-hmm.
And while we prepare the Datacron, we'll be doing some PvP achievements as well. So, which, keeping in the spooky season alive, we'll also be doing a spooky costume contest. Man, this is the mega-ist mega of all the megas.
So with the launch of Steam, we've seen a lot of new players come to the game, and they've been asking for the Fleet Datacron.
Yeah.
The thing with the Fleet Datacron is it's a lot of work to do it,
right.
And it almost takes, an hour to 2 hours to set it up.
Oh, wow.
To get like the different players in the correct locations to pull people to where we have to go. It's a lot of work. So then while we're doing that, shout out to Corley, he came up with some ideas to get some people achievements. So we're going to have some people log in on the pub side and some people log in on the imp side, best side, and go over to, like the open PvP world, and we're going to kill each other. And because if you kill like a PvP player 5 times, you get an achievement. So while the part of the mega team is setting up the Fleet Datacron, the rest of us will be setting up and doing these PvP achievements, trying to get people, kill 5 PvP and open world PvP players, stuff like that.
Right.
And then I don't know if we'll do it first or second. I really want to do a spooky costume contest because there's some really cool armor sets, and then you can add stuff to it, flares and all these things where like Corley, I saw one, he had a mask and like flames were coming out of the eyes. I was like,
Whoa.
whoa, and
That's
that
like,
kind of is
it's like Ghost Rider from the Marvel
yes,
universe.
yeah. And it kind of gave me a great idea. So why not do it? And we don't do like top prize gets this epic personal, like the best armor set in the game. What we do is if you win, we put a member note next to your name. So when people see you logged in, that you're going to be like the spooky contest winner. And then we do a lot of like just giveaways. We have so many things that we just like tell everybody, and whoever wins the contest will get first dibs into the prizes, and they'll be able to pick before everybody else goes in and picks. But at the same time, it's not like you're going to get a Revan armor set.
Right.
You know what I mean? And we're
Yeah.
not setting that prize because, we don't want bad feelings. We just want people to come have fun with us.
Yeah, that's awesome. Speaking of which, if all this sounds fun to you, go to AIE-guild.org. Jump in the Discord and ask for a guild invite. Whether or not you play Star Wars The Old Republic or any of the other games we play, we love to have you. And we mean any other game. Obviously, like we said before, we're going to be involved in Cold War for sure, getting a whole clan together for that. And yeah, it's just good to have a really nice, supportive, and welcoming community to jump into for all of your favorite games. So come on down to AIE-guild.org.
Do you got to use the bathroom?
I always do. So we'll be right back.
Jeez, Nick, hurry up. We're trying to finish this podcast.
And we're back. So today we're discussing games and, of course, nerdy media things that we're looking forward to coming out before the end of 2020, aka worst year I've ever had. So, anyways, let's get pumped about.
But
what?
It's going to be the best year you've ever had because you're going to get accepted to PA school.
Well,
what up?
Yes, that would be great for sure.
I'm just being positive. But, all right, so before we jump into the games list, can we just talk? Okay, I just want to tell you how fucking excited I am for The Mandalorian.
Oh my God, yes, I'm really pumped for The Mandalorian.
So I started watching season 1 again. I just watched episode 1.
Yep.
I turned off the lights. Pumped. Okay, so in real life, I'm letting you in. So the day before our home inspection here at the house, my wife and the kids, they stayed at my mother-in-law's because kids will destroy a house. And so I just said, nope, nobody's staying home tonight except me. So then in the morning, I can make sure all the lights are on, everything is perfect in the house, all that stuff. So I was all alone. So I turned the surround sound up almost all the way. The whole house was shaking. And I watched the first episode of The Mandalorian.
Yep.
And it's so good.
It's really good, man. Especially with the proper soundtrack and everything.
Mm-hmm. The thing for me with The Mandalorian, okay, so the positives for The Mandalorian is it's fucking awesome. And it was something that we've never seen before. And I think they did a fantastic job.
Yeah.
The downside to The Mandalorian in the first season was they Disney, Favreau, Filoni, I don't know who, they underestimated how many people were going to be in love with the show. Yeah. And they put, out of the 8 episodes, I would say, you could say 4 out of 8 were fluff. But I would say 3 out of the 8 were definitely fluff episodes.
Yeah,
and you could
they contributed minimal to the overall story arc. But I also read that was sort of a conscious decision that they're now working away from. But they wanted it to be almost like a sort of an older comic book where they're like standalone stories. Like you don't need to know the sort of overall arc to just be like, oh, this is a cool character doing cool things,
And I do agree to that because if you watch Clone Wars or even Rebels, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm deep into the Rebels right now.
Yeah.
because I've never seen them all. And fluff episodes on a show that has 20 episodes to the season, that's okay to me.
Yeah, definitely.
You can have fluff episodes, but when there's only 8 episodes, I feel like there's no time for fluff. Let's just get it on.
Right. I agree completely. Yeah.
So, Nick, what is your favorite part of The Mandalorian?
Ooh, okay. So I'm a bit of a film buff, right? Like
Yeah.
cinematography and things.
Yeah,
So one of the classes I took was exploring specifically like what makes certain genres like unique to certain like what aspects of like one genre makes it a movie in that genre. You know what I'm saying? So
I do.
one of the big things they talked about in that class was what makes a western. And one of my favorite things in about the Mandalorian is the Mandalorian is unquestionably a western set in the Star Wars universe, which is so fucking cool to me that they like have all like the shots are set up to be a western, the sort of the way the story arc progresses is set up like a western, the character is much like a western sort of cowboy type that doesn't strong silent archetype of a western cowboy. So you never see his face for most of it, you know what I mean? So I think just having a western set in the Star Wars universe is a really cool concept to begin with, and I love the format that it's a TV show and not just a film, so you get way more screen time to flesh things out.
Sure.
Plus, I think the character itself is really cool. I just like how there's like you have a main character that's not a Force user that's still really awesome in the Star Wars universe. If that makes sense.
It does. It's like you're playing the bounty hunter story in SWTOR.
Right. Exactly. And it's set in a time frame that we haven't really explored a whole lot of. That's sort of between the original trilogy and before the sequel trilogy.
Yep.
There's not. I don't know. Well, Rebels is in there, right? Or is that before? I don't know. There's just not a lot in that sort of in between. No, Rebels is before this, so there's just not a lot in that in between sort of content that we get. So I think that's my favorite thing. Is like I love the format. I love the main character, obviously, and I just like the time era that they're exploring. Those are my favorite things. How about you?
Sweet.
What makes you like super duper like you say that it's epic now that you get to rewatch it. What are you finding yourself enjoying more now than maybe you did on your first watch?
The stormtroopers.
Okay.
So clearly, the people who are looking for the asset or the child or Yoda baby.
Yeah. Baby Yoda.
They
to each their own.
It's Yoda baby. Anyway, what I like is it shows that they are still loyal to the Empire, and those stormtrooper outfits are destroyed. They're not even white anymore. They are cream.
Right.
Dirt.
Right.
Dirt cream. But I guess for me, what I really like is that it's a different side to the Star Wars franchise. And honestly, since the original trilogy, actually, I shouldn't say that. Since Clone Wars, this really feels like real Star Wars to me. Like they're actually thinking about it, and
in like a universe-wide sort of phenomenon perspective, if that makes sense.
Right. And I do agree with you on the whole TV show versus movie. I do enjoy the idea of a TV show that can be 8 hours instead of just a 2.5 hour long movie.
Right.
I do like that. Movies have its place, I do believe. But for the most part, what I like about the show is if in one episode they kind of, it was a good episode, but it wasn't great, they can make up for it in the next episode.
Right. If they have to spend an hour talking about sort of fluffy things, or even like I know there's literal fluff episodes in the Mandalorian season 1, but if they have to take 30 minutes or 45 minutes on something, just for the sake of like a piece of a character arc or something like that. I'll give you an example. That's not a great example, but you know how we hated the casino scene in the Last Jedi?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you can kind of get away with that if that's a TV show episode out of like 10
Right.
episodes. And then you don't
Yes.
really I care dramatically less about that,
Right.
But because
yes.
that's a third of a movie, now we're pissed that that's a third of the content. You know what I mean? Wasted on this fluffy arc. So,
Great point. So anyway, season 2's coming. I'm super excited.
I'm excited.
Nick, I'm
for
gonna challenge you. I'm gonna give you the surround sound challenge.
okay.
So later, tomorrow, the next day, whenever, the next time you're in the theater room,
Yep.
your basement,
Yeah.
turn off all the lights,
Okay.
go to Disney Plus,
Mm-hmm.
and put on and you have to watch it in Disney Plus because you're going to get the best streamed video feed
Yeah.
and sound, and watch the trailer with the lights off like you're watching a movie, and it's only a 2-minute long trailer, but watch it with the real sound and everything. Dude, it changed the game for me.
Yeah. Okay.
Like I watched it on my phone originally, and I will never watch that trailer on my phone, like a trailer like that again on my phone.
You got to get the for real setup. Yeah.
Yes. No, for sure. So moving on from Mando Town and Yoda Baby, a couple of first things. World of Warcraft's big expansion is coming out holiday of 2020. Got delayed, as we said earlier on the show. The other thing is SWTOR's game update 6.2 is slated to come out holiday season 2020. That is the next story arc that we've all been starving for. But tonight, I just want to kind of glaze over the month of October, November, and December, because the more I look, the more I look at this list, there's some big games coming out.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit. And with my newfound obsession with playing a lot of games, I don't even know how I'm gonna find time. But anyways, let's get into this. So
Okay.
what so I'm scrolling up to October. So the new Super Mario Brothers 3D whatever just came out
Yep.
a week ago, which is supposed to be amazing. Star Wars Squadrons came out last Friday, which people seem to be loving it.
Yes.
Baldur's Gate 2 is coming out October 6th. That is
Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah, Baldur's Gate 3 is coming out October 6th. That's a turn-based RPG.
Yep.
People are really hyped for it. I played Baldur's Gate 2 and I enjoyed it, but the turn-based isn't really for me.
Right. Yeah, me neither. I'm not a big turn-based. Well, I like Pokemon, but that's different,
Yeah, that's different. I don't know.
I never got into a lot of like the Final Fantasies are turn-based also, right?
Right.
I'm not super into those either, but
yeah.
That's a cool game, just not my cool game. That's all.
Do you see anything else that catches your eye?
In October? Absolutely. So if you scroll down to, I remember, Ben 10 Power Trip. Ben 10 was a show I used to watch when I was a kid, so it's cool that franchise is still going. If I remember correctly, the premise was he has this like wristband thingy that he can like change the dial on. It lets him like change into one of 10 different aliens that have superpowers, essentially. That's what they call them.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, it's coming out for the PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. So clearly it must be some kind of big game.
Yeah.
Or maybe the show's still on. I don't know.
Right. Also, this week, that comes out tomorrow, or probably today by the time you're listening to this. FIFA 21, which, it's standard issue FIFA, but I do enjoy FIFA.
So I'm really torn on this because, like, I know I want to. So I do enjoy the FIFA games. I do enjoy playing the career mode not like you're a one player career mode, but I do like playing you pick a team and you play the season. Yeah. I really do enjoy that.
You're the manager of that team?
No. You actually just pick Arsenal, best team ever, and
oh god,
you just play through the Premiership and the Champions League or whatever through the game. You know what I mean? You play all their games. I do like that a lot.
Yeah, I've actually never played it from. I think you're talking about like the manager's perspective.
No, you're actually just pick a team and you play that team for the whole season.
Oh, that's cool. I've never done that. I always just have picked like, hey, I'm a player, and then I stick them on like whichever team, and then you play through as that player, which is kind of fun.
Yeah,
Because
I've
then
never done that.
you do like, yeah, each week you have to do like drills to like level up certain things. Like if you're a striker or something, obviously you do like shooting drills and stuff, and you have to like level up your defending, which is obviously terrible if you're a striker. It's then the more if you don't level anything up, then your player doesn't get better. So like you get less playing time. So you have to like
Sure.
do the drills in between, which is pretty fun. But
So I really was gonna get it, but I'm probably not gonna.
yeah,
The next thing that it's kind of funny to me, on October 13th, G.I. Joe Operation Blackout comes out. Now, I have not watched this. Actually gonna G.I. Joe.
Operation Black.
Yeah.
The trailer or something.
Yeah.
Oh God, the art is
Operation Blackout.
awful.
Huh?
The art is
Okay, here we go.
the artwork for it's terrible.
It is.
Yeah,
Hold
I'm on the wavelength.
I have no sound, so but all right,
It
I'm
looks
just
like
gonna-
oh my God, the voiceovers are incredibly cheesy.
Oh, so it's like it looks to me like it's
The game itself
okay.
looks like it's cel shaded.
Yeah, so it looks cell shaded. It looks like it's a third person shooter.
Yep. Top.
Okay. Anyway, so Operation Blackout. Maybe I'll get it. I doubt it.
I doubt
Anyways, one game that I am kind of looking forward to, which I was actually really excited for, but it kind of it was the Torchlight 3. So
Okay.
it sounded to me like
Oh, yeah.
they were going to do Torchlight 3 is a lot like a Diablo style game, Nick.
Yep.
And I enjoyed Torchlight 2, but they made it seem like they were going to make an MMO this time.
Yeah.
And then this comes out October 13th, but it's just basically going to be another Diablo and without like an MMO in it. And I kind of just, whatever.
For me, one that sticks out, not because I want to play it, but because I want to watch someone else play it, is Amnesia Rebirth. So
Are you fucking crazy?
So I definitely don't want to play that game because it's terrifying. I actually like watching other people do let's plays of like horror games. Like I really liked Resident Evil 7. That was cool, but no way in fucking hell would I actually play that. The game is horrifying.
Nope.
But
Nope.
some of the original Amnesia games, I don't know if there's more than one or if there's like one and like a bunch of DLC or something, but I watched all of those back in the day. I watched specifically Markiplier play them. But yeah, no way in hell am I playing those myself because they are crazy games. But that's cool. That's coming out October 20th, the new Amnesia game, which is sweet.
Yeah, I cannot I can't play that.
I can't either, man.
I really can't, Nick.
You
Okay,
sound so like traumatized. Did you try to play one of the first ones?
Yeah, I just can't. I can't. I can't play scary games. So shout out to Scrubland Shad. So he was talking about every year for he loves Halloween.
Uh-huh.
Him and his wife got married on Halloween.
Oh, wow,
they
that's intense.
yeah, they love Halloween. That's like their Christmas holiday, right? They decorate, they love it. They set it up like a month or two beforehand, whatever.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to say is he was talking about doing his spooky streams. So going with that now, he is I challenged him to play the scariest game I've ever played. It took me forever to beat it and I couldn't do it, right?
Was it Dead Space? Or
Yes.
Dead Space you beat, I thought.
Well, I did beat it, but it took me a year to do it because like I could only do one level a month because the game freaked me out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So going with that now, the I bought it for Scrub and I've been watching him play it on his stream and watching him freak out makes me love it even more. And
yeah, it's like it's a lot easier to enjoy when it's not you sort of controlling the character, and that makes you feel like you're actually in that versus like you're
Right.
watching it's almost like watching a movie versus playing a game. I feel like playing a scary video game is even scarier than watching a scary movie most of the time because you are controlling the game. So it's like you're a character in the scary movie, not just
Right.
watching from the outside, you know?
Yeah.
So like
So Nick,
watching someone
ahead.
else play one puts you that other layer of like separation where it's almost more like a scary movie, and now it's not nearly as bad. Or it's a lot easier
Right.
to digest, I should say.
Yeah. So couple things. One more thing I wanted to mention, Nick. I just linked you a trailer in Discord.
Okay.
So if you want to check it out, and I'll talk about it,
Okay.
it's called Mario Kart Live Home Circuit. The reason why and it comes out October 16th, which is next week. The reason why I'm talking about it is because Nintendo are innovators. Like I didn't know what it was, so I clicked on it and I watched the announcement trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, they give you like stop like lap signs that like are like a highway sign,
Okay.
and you're going to get moving cars, and you're going to place them on your kitchen floor, and you're going to set up your own racetrack, and you're going to race a custom made track,
What?
and on your Switch it's going to be the
In
layout
your
of your
house.
own house.
This is so cool. Are there how? Wait, so
You're
how
going
do
to
they
see
get
the
photos of
you're going to
house?
see the signs. You're going to see the signs that
Okay.
they're going under.
Yeah, and they take like
Just watch.
panoramic pictures of your.
Yeah, just watch the whole trailer, and I'll keep talking about it.
Yeah, I am.
So I'm really commending Nintendo because they create the new.
Yeah.
Like Mario Kart is awesome to start with, but now you're going to be able to make your living room a racetrack. And let's talk more about money. So probably when you buy the game, you probably get Mario as your driver, right? So now how many characters can they make in cars?
Oh my god.
Now, like an endless amount of people that they can sell cars for.
Yeah.
And these cars move. And when you get hit by a red shell, the car actually stops.
This is awesome.
Right?
Yes.
Now, I'm curious now if you're at your house, Nick, and I'm at my house, and you set up a track at your house, if I can race on your track,
Oh.
or is it only going to be for your own house and there's no like online multiplayer unless you're on the same IP address? I'm not sure.
Right. That's really awesome.
How cool is that?
That's really cool. I hope you can do that, where you can do like online stuff. Because that'd be
Mhm.
sweet to like play at your house or something, or have like, I don't know. I see. So on that trailer, you see Mario and Luigi as the live carts. To clarify, did you say like it's basically you set up these checkpoints you set up? They're little like arches.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
also you have two. They're basically RC cars of Mario and Luigi that have little cameras on them. So like what you're looking at in the Switch is a third person view of like a an animated version of Mario or Luigi in their cart, but then you're driving your animated character on the Switch, and also like this RC car version in real life around your living room or wherever you
Right.
track. Which
It's
that is
they're
cool.
creating augmented reality.
Yeah, it's an AR version of Mario
Kart
in your own living room. Then you can
Right.
custom design whichever track you want. So you can set up the checkpoints, but then you can have the track itself like squiggles all over the place in between them, which is really cool.
Right.
I hope that's online, man. That's really cool.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So next game for me is it's really an update. So Pokemon Sword and Shield is coming out with their next expansion on October 22nd, which is called the Crown Tundra, which I played Pokemon Sword like a champion. I only played a little bit of Shield. Cool. It I really enjoyed playing it because that was when I hurt my arm, and it was an easy game for me to play. For some reason, I feel like I should be mentioning Ghost Runner, and that's coming out October 27th, but I don't know what it's for. Nick, have you ever played the Watch Dogs games?
No, so the first game was like one of those EA title or whatever studio title.
Ubisoft.
Sorry, it was Ubisoft. And it was like didn't work right, and I think there was like crazy loot boxes or something. So I like avoided it at launch, or what? Maybe it was just like was not missing a lot of the features that they said it was going to have at launch. So I didn't. It was one of those big media controversies where I never got into it. But supposedly the next couple were pretty good. Either way, the newest edition of Watch Dogs, the Watch Dogs Legion, is coming out October 29th. Did you ever play the Pikmin games?
No, I don't know what it is.
But you play as these little guys. They almost look like Teletubbies, but they're like ant sized, called Pikmin, and you have to like, collect more of them and like do group tasks basically. But you got to avoid like bugs and things trying to eat you and like thin the Pikmin herd. And different colors have different like skills. It's pretty interesting. It's a lot of puzzle solving. But the first game came out for the GameCube way back when, so of course I played it. But that's interesting. So for the third Pikmin game, Pikmin 3 Deluxe is coming out for the Switch the 30th. I'm trying to scroll through. What else do we have in here? Want to hop into November?
Dude, November is like, I feel bad for everybody's wallets.
Yeah.
No, I'm not kidding. Well, personally, my favorite, a game that I buy every time it comes out, every single iteration of it comes out, and I cannot wait for this one. So, Nick, you want to start us off with the first game coming out November 3rd?
Jurassic World Evolution, that game?
Yeah, so I've read
Wait a minute. Time out. This is the first I've ever heard of you liking the Jurassic World games.
No. I've been reading, like I read all the news, and they're talking about it, and they're saying that this game is actually going to be pretty good.
Okay.
But I'm not going to buy it. It's only coming out on the Switch.
Okay.
But the game I'm talking about on November 6th, it's Dirt 5.
Oh,
A little side project for me, or side hobby, is I love rally racing games. Love them. Always have. I love the Dirt series. I've bought every single one of the Dirt 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I didn't buy the Dirt. I think I might have bought one of the Dirt Rally games, but or Dirt Rally 2.0 or anything like that. I didn't buy that because that's really for like the extreme like racing fans.
yeah.
Like it's like buying Flight Sim and playing it on ultra like realistic.
Yeah.
That's not for me.
Yeah. I mean,
but I do really like the whole idea of dirt rally racing, and I will be getting that, and I will be streaming that because I do love that game. Another game that comes out on the same day that I might buy,
the Paw Patrol game?
Yeah. Paw Patrol game, Mighty Pups Save Adventure Bay. I might get it for Julia. I might actually do it and see it and like get it for the Switch and see if she can actually play it.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if she's too little or not, but like she loves Paw Patrol. And how legit would that be if we could like hang out down here and I could be on my computer and she's playing Paw Patrol? That'd be legit.
Yeah, get her into games.
Anyways,
More.
What's the next game, Nick?
Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Wow.
I think so. I've taken a long break from Assassin's Creed games. I think the last one I played was Assassin's Creed 3, which was like the colonial America or colonial United States one. But I played all of them before that, and then I took a big break. I got to get back into them because, like, I know Odyssey's pretty solid. Like, Origins is good. The Greek one's really good. What?
You need to play Odyssey. It's all about the Greek mythology. Remember, I bought it, and I even bought the book, and I was like, I'm going to get into this game.
Yeah.
And I played it twice, but like, it's amazing.
Yeah.
And now you have a PC to be able to play that game.
Oh, is that? Oh, you can play that. Yeah, I forgot. I forgot that I have all these possibilities from PC now.
Yeah, but you can use your PlayStation or Xbox controller on it. Let me go to the store, and I'm gonna see Odyssey. Oh yeah, Assassin's Creed. Oh, see, it's still $60. Nick, you need to play this game. And you need a new game to play because you're like
in between.
You're like you've beaten a game and now you're like you don't have that game right now.
Right.
Like once you get into a game that you like, you're gone, and you can't put it down. I'm telling you, either Valhalla or Odyssey, you're gonna like because it's all set in Greece, and like you see like the pictures of like the statues of Zeus, and it's awesome. You should totally play that game.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna
because
definitely get out of
you-
it because like Valhalla's cool, but I'll like connect with the Greek stuff a lot more. You know.
yeah. Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Hold on, I'm gonna see shopping. You gotta be able to PC.
We'll see how much it is right now
$18 at the Ubisoft store.
for Odyssey.
Yeah, I'm
Oh.
sending you the link right now.
Oh, I'll go buy it as soon as we're done recording.
Well, I just I don't care if you buy it or not. I just want you to play it because I want to live vicariously through you because the game was awesome, dude.
Yeah.
And yeah, dude, it's $18 for the PC download. Like, and Steam has it. I'm linking it to you right now. Oh, I sent you a
Letter V instead of Control V. You just said V.
I hit Shift V. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, let's move back to this list.
Back at
Back at the ranch. So then the big news has come.
Yep.
So November 10th is when Assassin's Creed Valhalla comes out. What else comes out November 10th?
Call of Duty does, I believe.
No. Well, it does. But the Xbox Series X and S come out November 10th.
That is very true. Oh yeah, I think Call of Duty is the next week. The 13th or something.
No, it's the 10th.
Oh. Well, what?
But what's sweet is all of these games that Marvel's Adventures, they're all re-releasing for the new system that day. So like day one, Xbox Series S and X are going to be getting a list of new games, which I'm going to have the Xbox Series S.
That's dope.
Well, I'm literally going to buy no game for it. I'm buying it for my entertainment system. That is going to be my streaming hub. That's why I didn't buy the Series X. I'm a PC gamer. That's it. But they are releasing so many things.
Yeah, it's basically the whole list again.
Yeah. So if you scroll down to November 12th, that's when the PlayStation comes out.
Mm-hmm.
See, I don't know many of the PlayStation games. Oh, Demon Souls. Oh no, that's a remake, right?
Yes.
That's already come out. Oh, okay.
Yeah, Demon Souls is the original Dark Souls game. That's the first one.
Oh, Spider-Man Miles Morales. That comes out on November 12th, same day as the PlayStation.
Oh, damn it, PlayStation. You're making me want to buy your system.
Okay. So if you scroll down to November 19th, Nick, and November 20th,
yeah,
I'm really looking forward to both of those two games.
Yeah. Can we talk about Cyberpunk 2077? I actually haven't looked at, so I saw the initial trailer, but I haven't seen too much more.
Me neither.
I almost want to just like not really look into it to so that I'm not spoiled. I just want to like dive into that game, you know?
So here's the problem. I don't know. That game is going to decimate computers.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll be able to play it on mine.
Well, so I was hoping to get my 3090 by then.
Right.
And there's pretty much no chance that I'm getting my new video card before 2021.
Okay.
So going with that, I might hold off on Cyberpunk just because I'm going to want to play it with ray tracing and I'm going to want it on ultra.
Right. That's
and I'm not
point.
You know what I mean? And I'm not saying I won't be able to play it on ultra, but I don't want to really take that chance.
All right.
But on November 20th, I'm hyped up for.
November coming to a game store near you on November 20th is Katamari Damacy Reroll.
What?
No, I'm just kidding. Do you know what that is? I know what game you're talking about. Quick sidebar. That's the game that's like all about making big snowballs of things so you can roll up the whole world eventually. Like you start with like a gumball or something, and then you've got to like collect enough dust so it gets bigger, and then you roll up like a dog or something, and then you roll up like progressively larger items as you roll around the world. You never saw that? It was like for PlayStation 2 or something way back when. It's some crazy Japanese game.
Oh,
and eventually you can roll up the whole planet into your ball, and then like you move to the next planet or something like that.
Sure.
Anyways, well, the game we're actually talking about is Hyrule Warriors: Age of Calamity.
Which here's the thing. Like, I want to play that game because I want to know the backstory to the Calamity Ganon and how that all happened.
Right.
Breath of the Wild, I figured it out. Breath of the Wild is a true sandbox game, and I am too dumb for a sandbox game. I don't like to wander. I don't like to explore.
You don't like to
I like
figure it out as you go. You like to be told
Right.
what's happening.
Yeah, I like, okay, Marcus, you're going to go here, and in the process, you want to kill stuff, cool. If you don't want to, that's cool too.
Yeah.
But here's where you have to go. Where they say, okay, these 4 points you have to go to. We're not telling you which ones to go first. Good luck. And you're like, okay, but how do I know which way to go?
Right.
And I think you said it to me, Nick. You're like, just go whatever way you want. And then you land, and the mobs are like, they kill you in one hit, and now you have to start over again.
Right.
And you're like, man, this sucks. And like, I don't know. I probably will. And here's the other thing about Breath of the Wild. I feel like if I'm going to play it, pick up and play it, I should probably do the tutorial again. Like, create a new character and just do the tutorial and then load into my current character.
That makes perfect sense. Yeah.
Because then you'll learn how to like do everything all over again.
Mhm.
Because I feel like if I log in now, I'm not going to know how to do anything. And I'm finding that with all the games that I'm playing. But anyway, and then pretty much December just cools off. There's, Dragon Age 11 that comes out. But other than that, by the time, not a lot of games release in December because, the holiday shopping is really like November into December.
Right.
And they don't want, they don't want to miss, they don't want to miss all that stuff.
Yeah, because they don't want to come out after people have like spent their Christmas budget,
Right, that's right. And then the last thing I just wanted to mention, Nick, and I think it happened last week.
Mm-hmm.
How Microsoft bought Bethesda.
Yep.
And how I'm so fucking happy about that. I can finally say fuck you, Sony. And I'm proud to say that because guess what? Elder Scrolls 6 is going to be an Xbox exclusive.
Right.
Fuck you, Sony.
Yeah, that might make me buy an Xbox.
Well, and I'm being really ruthless towards Sony, and I don't even know them, but I'm so sick of Sony releasing these exclusive games. I hate exclusive games. I hate it. But Xbox always gets the raw end of the stick, and they're like, well, it's gonna be a case-by-case basis. You better know Elder Scrolls 6 is going to be Xbox exclusive.
Yeah, as long as it comes out on PC, I don't think people will care. If it doesn't come out on PC, people are going to freak out.
No, it'll come out on PC and Microsoft. It'll come on the Xbox and PC.
Okay.
But don't forget, the Bethesda purchase is a big deal because now, like, some people only play Bethesda games.
Right. There's a giant.
Like, people are still playing Skyrim and Morrowind, not Morrowind, Oblivion.
Well, don't
like they're still playing those games.
Yeah, don't forget
and
all
now
the other titles that Bethesda owns, like Wolfenstein, Doom, Darkseid or something. No, I forgot that. I'm butchering the names of these, but they own a ton of titles.
But that's what I'm saying. And imagine if they're like, oh, Sony, you don't want to release Final Fantasy VII Remake to the Xbox. No problem. We won't release any of our games to your system, and that's gonna hurt. And the end of the day, it just hurts the gamer.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It hurts the gamer, but at the same time, it's I think it's a really good acquisition for Microsoft, and hopefully they don't ruin it.
I don't think they will. I'm just scrolling through some of the games that they own. So obviously, like we said, all the Elder Scrolls games, Doom, Quake, Wolfenstein, all the Fallout series, Prey. I don't know if you ever played any of those games. Dishonored. That's the series I was thinking of, the Dishonored series, which is really cool. The Evil Within. Let's see.
Fuck that.
Yeah, no thank you. No thank you. Brink was really cool. That was like came out in 2011.
That was like a Gears of War meets like high paced, like
Call of Duty style shooting. You could like
yes,
the big thing was like you could hurdle over stuff to like keep running and shooting at the same time. Rage, which is like a I forget first person shooter. RPG, yep. Rogue Warrior. I don't know. We're getting kind of old here, but anyway,
but
a ton of really cool IPs that they could make.
Well, it's all ZeniMax games. It's
Right.
just, it's a big acquisition for Microsoft, and now, I feel like it's going to separate Xbox and PlayStation even further.
Yeah.
So,
hey, did you scroll all the way to the bottom of the notes? Okay, great. Don't do it. Don't do it. I'm going to blow your mind. Ready? I'm going to make you play a game that you haven't played in forever. You know which character just got released in Mortal Kombat 11's new DLC?
Oh, Rambo.
No. Melina, your girl.
What?
They brought her back finally. She's in the combat pack.
But she's not in the storyline.
Well, she will be if she's in the combat pack. They add little story tidbits to it.
Interesting. Because she's dead from 10.
Right.
That's really interesting. So that's a game that I do want to beat the story.
Oh, you didn't beat
I
the story? You
no.
beat the story.
Yeah.
Dude.
Well, you got to play. You got to play.
It's like a 3 or 4 hour story.
I actually don't know how long it is, but I want you to go play Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Okay, deal. I'll do that, and you go play Mortal Kombat, and we'll come back next episode.
What are you guys talking about in here?
Find out next episode of
Working Class Nerds.